Hi, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed the first weekend of NFL action this season. Overall, it was a pretty successful week for me in terms of my bets. Both the bets I made on last weekend and the trends as far as the bets I made going into the season, my futures bets. First, real quick, my teaser parlay that was plus 163 hit. The Jaguars ended up beating the Colts by 10. The Falcons beat the Panthers. And the Dolphins-Chargers game had no problem going over the 44. Actually, all three of these bets hit the original spread. So even if I had just done this as a regular parlay, that I think would have been like plus 600, it would have hit. So I guess the only disappointment in that sense is that I missed out on more profit if I had just avoided the teaser altogether, but it was nice to have that insurance and still a win of plus 163, 1.63 units. But the Monday night football bet I made on the Buffalo Bills minus 2.5 did not hit, despite the devastating injury to Aaron Rodgers. The Jets still pulled off a miraculous win in overtime, so the Bills did not cover that 2.5. I thought for sure when Aaron Rodgers went down that I had this one in the bag, but it just goes to show nothing is ever a lock in the NFL. And looking real quick at some of the futures bets and looking at which ones are trending in the right direction or the wrong direction. First off, both the Rams and the Buccaneers won. I have the Buccaneers at over 6.5 wins, and I have the Rams to win the NFC West. Both of those seem to be trending in the right direction. Again, it's only week one, but the Rams in particular had a good win over the Seahawks, which showed that perhaps the Seahawks might take a step backward after their surprise year last year. The 49ers, however, did have a big win over the Steelers. And, they might turn out to be a little bit better than I had thought they would be. So, still could be tough for the Rams to pull out the division, but again, trending in the right direction. And then Kenny Pickett threw 2 interceptions. So as far as my bet goes, that he'll throw the most interceptions this season. Not a bad start there, although I know Josh Allen threw 3 last night. So Pickett still not leading the league in that category. I would also say that my Super Bowl prediction is in pretty good shape. And well, as good of shape as it can be after week one. Both the Jaguars and the Eagles won. Bets trending a little bit downward. The Patriots making the playoffs. Well, they started 0-1. But they did give the Eagles a pretty good game. And with Aaron Rodgers no longer playing this year, the Jets seem to be pretty vulnerable, so that's one less AFC team that might make the playoffs. I think the Patriots still have a pretty good shot to end up in the playoffs. I would say the one bet I'm really not feeling great about after week 1 is Justin Fields winning MVP. He certainly did not put up an MVP performance this past weekend, so going to need to see a big step forward from him in order to regain any type of confidence in that bet. But again, overall feeling good about where I'm at after week 1. Ended up just being a profit of 0.63 units, but futures bets trending in the right direction. And I have a couple more bets for week 2. I'm going to do another teaser that seems to have become my signature bet, the 3-leg teaser. And I've got one that I like for week 2. So the first leg is the Baltimore Ravens. They are getting 3.5 points from Cincinnati. And with a 6.5 point tease, that would bring them up to 10. I like the Ravens to come within 10. The Bengals looked awful against the Browns. They only put up 3 points. I don't think they'll be quite that bad again this weekend. That would be pretty shocking. But the Ravens also looked pretty decent. They did lose J.K. Dobbins with a season-ending injury, and it was against the Texans, who are not very good, but I still think they're going to give the Bengals a pretty decent game, and I think this will probably be a one-possession game, and that number of 10 is particularly important because it's a common point differential in football games. So I think getting the Ravens at 10 is a good spot, and that's the first leg of my teaser. Moving along to the second leg, I like the over in the 49ers Rams game. Both of these teams scored 30 points last week, and this just feels like a kind of a low total. I know the 49ers have a good defense, a really good defense, and the Rams have some good pieces on defense as well. I just don't think they're going to score that low, and especially with another 6.5 points, that puts me at 37.5. I'm pretty confident that this game is going to go over 37.5. So 49ers, Rams, over 37.5, like 2. I guess, I'm sorry, my math is a little bit off. At 6.5 points, it would actually be 38. So basically the same thing. 38 would push this leg, but yeah, I still like it. And rounding it out, I am going to look to Sunday Night Football and the New England Patriots. The spread is plus 2.5 right now. 6.5 points gets us to 9. Again, not a great number. I'd like it much more if it was 10, but I still like it at 9. Again, I think this is going to be a close game, probably a one-possession game. Divisional rivals. The Patriots have a really good defense. Rams over 38, and Patriots plus 9. This only pays plus 137, so a little less than the teaser from last week, but 1.37 unit would be nice to win. And I'm going to give out one single bet as well. See if I can have a little better luck on my solo bet of the week. This week, I am jumping on the Lions bandwagon and taking the Detroit Lions minus 5.5. So I think the Lions had a really big win in Kansas City last week on the road. I know Travis Kelce was out. I know Chris Jones was out. But I think the Lions still showed that they are for real. I'm not going so far as to say they're going to win the Super Bowl or anything like that. I'll still believe when I see it that they make a big run in the playoffs, but they are going to win some games this year. They're at home, favored by 5.5 against the Seahawks this week. The Seahawks, like I said, did not play very well against the Rams last week. I think my prediction of Geno Smith reverting a little bit this year is proving, at least with 1 week down, to be accurate. And also the trend of West Coast teams traveling on the road to the East Coast, or the Eastern time zone at least, is usually a disadvantage. So I like the Lions to come off that big season opening win for their home opener and to beat the Seahawks by at least a touchdown. And those are my bets for the week. Thank you, as always, to everybody who watches my videos, has subscribed, or given me a like, or commented, and thank you to the folks who commented on last week's video about how they found me. I really appreciate hearing about that. I know I have the analytics, the YouTube analytics to look at, but that only tells me so much, and it still is interesting to hear how folks have managed to stumble upon my channel. So thank you to those who shared that. And if anyone would like to leave a comment this week, sharing your opinions on my picks, or any other thoughts about the NFL season, or answering my question from last week about how you found me, where you go to look for NFL content or ASMR content, leave me a comment. So, hope everybody has a great rest of your week. Enjoy the football this weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.